World Cup final is on television. Your entire family is gathered in the living room. Your father, your mother, your older brother, everyone is watching. 80,000 people in the stadium, a billion watching worldwide. The ball moves across the pitch in patterns you can barely follow. Players who've trained their entire lives performing at the highest level of the sport. The star striker receives a through ball, one touch to control, second touch to create space, third touch sends the ball into the top corner of the net. The goalkeeper doesn't move, can't move. The shot was perfect. The crowd erupts. Your father jumps up shouting. Your brother is screaming. You're sitting on the edge of the couch feeling something you've never felt before. Pure inspiration. The next morning, you're in the backyard with the ball. You set up 2 chairs as a goal. You practice shooting. You miss. The ball goes over the fence into the neighbor's yard. You climb over and get it. You try again, miss again. You spend 3 hours trying to hit the space between those 2 chairs. Maybe 10 shots out of 100 go where you want, but those 10 feel magical. Monday at school, you ask your parents if you can join a football club. They agree. The local youth club takes anyone who wants to play. No tryouts, no selection, just show up and train. That Saturday, you go to your first practice. 30 kids your age running around a grass field. Half of them don't know the rules. You're one of them. Level 2, the youth player. The coach is a volunteer, a man in his 40s who played semi-professionally and now teaches kids the basics: passing, first touch, positioning. Most of the kids don't pay attention. They just want to score goals. You're different. You listen. When the coach demonstrates proper passing technique, you watch carefully. When he explains why positioning matters, you try to understand. After 3 months, the coach pulls you aside, tells you you're one of the better players in your age group, asks if you want to try out for the competitive team. The competitive team actually travels to other cities, plays real matches against other clubs, has proper training 3 times a week. You say yes immediately. The tryout is harder than you expected. 50 kids competing for 20 spots on the team. Everyone is faster than you thought they'd be, more technical, better at everything. You're nervous, your first touch is heavy, your passes are inaccurate, you think you've blown it. But somehow you make the team. The coach sees something in you. Work ethic maybe, tactical awareness, something. Training becomes serious, 3 times per week for 2 hours. Running drills, passing patterns, small-sided games, conditioning. The coach is demanding. When you lose the ball cheaply, he makes you run. When you don't track back on defense, he benches you. You learn that talent alone isn't enough. You need discipline, intelligence, the willingness to do the ugly work that doesn't show up on highlight reels. Your first competitive match, you play 20 minutes as a substitute. Your team is losing 2-0. You come on and immediately give the ball away. The other team counters and scores 3-0. You feel terrible. You think the coach will never play you again. But in training the next week, he shows you video of the mistake, explains what you should have done, tells you that mistakes are how you learn. The next match, you play 30 minutes. You don't make the same mistake twice. Level 3, the Academy Prospect. You're 13 years old. You've been playing competitive youth football for 5 years. Your team wins the regional championship. Scouts from professional club academies are watching. After the final match, a man in a tracksuit approaches your parents. He's from a professional club academy 2 hours away. He wants you to come for a trial. The trial is a week-long training camp. 40 kids from across the region. 4 will be offered academy contracts. The level is completely different from anything you've experienced. Every player is technical, fast, intelligent. You're not the best anymore. You might not even be in the top half. How you train, how you respond to feedback, whether you encourage teammates or only care about yourself, they're evaluating character as much as ability. You train harder than you've ever trained. You're exhausted every night. Your legs are dead, your body aches, but you keep going. On the last day, they announce the 4 players they're selecting. Your name is called third. You're in. You're joining a professional club academy. Your parents are proud but worried. The academy is 2 hours from home. You'll have to board there during the week, come home only on weekends. You're 13 years old. You tell them you can handle it. You have to. This is the opportunity. Academy life is structured. Wake up at 6:30, school from 8 to 1, training from 2 to 5, study time from 6 to 8, bed at 9:30. Every day. The football is the best part, training with professional coaches who played at high levels, learning tactical systems, developing technical skills under constant supervision. But it's also isolating. You miss your family, your old friends. The academy becomes your whole world. 30 kids living together, training together, competing against each other for limited spots in the youth teams. Some kids crack under the pressure. They get homesick, they get injured, they fall behind and get released. Every year, the academy brings in new players and cuts others. You survive, you develop, you move up through the age groups. Level 4, the professional youth player. You're 16. You've been in the academy for 3 years. You're playing for the under-17 team. The academy coaches think you have a chance to make it professionally. Not guaranteed, maybe 50-50 odds. Half the players at your level will sign professional contracts. Half won't. You're determined to be in the first group. The intensity increases. You train 6 days a week. You study video of professional players in your position. You work on weaknesses, speed, strength, weak foot. Every detail matters at this level. The margins between making it and not making it are razor thin. You start training occasionally with the reserve team, players aged 18 to 21 who are on professional contracts but not yet ready for the first team. They're bigger, stronger, faster. They play a more physical game. The first time you get properly tackled, you stay down for a minute. This is different from youth football. This is serious. At 17, you sign your first professional contract. It's a youth contract, limited money, but it's professional. You're a professional footballer. The club pays you to play. Not much, enough to survive, but the dream is tangible now, within reach. Level 5, the reserve player. You're 18, playing for the reserve team full-time, training with the first team occasionally. You haven't made your first team debut yet. That's the goal, breaking through to the professional level. The gap between reserves and first team looks small from outside, but feels massive from inside. The first team players are on a different level, technically, physically, mentally. They've played hundreds of professional matches. They know things you haven't learned yet, how to manage a game, when to slow down, when to press, reading situations 3 moves ahead. You work obsessively, extra training sessions, gym work to build strength, film study to improve tactical understanding. You're competing with 20 other players for maybe 2 or 3 spots that might open in the first team. Most of you won't make it, but you have to believe you will. Your breakthrough comes at 19. An injury crisis hits the first team. The manager needs bodies for a cup match against lower league opposition. You're called up. You're in the squad. You travel with the team. You sit on the bench wearing the first team kit. 75th minute, the manager looks down the bench and points at you. Get warm. You're going on. Your heart is pounding. You strip off your tracksuit. The fourth official holds up the board with your number. You run onto the pitch. Your professional debut. 5,000 people in the stadium. Everything moves faster than you're used to. The pace, the intensity. The ball moves quicker. Players close you down faster. You manage to complete a few passes. You don't embarrass yourself. The final whistle blows. You've played 15 minutes of professional football. Level 6, the first team player. Over the next 2 years, you make 20 more appearances, mostly as a substitute, some starts in cup matches and lower priority league games. You're establishing yourself as a first-team squad player. Not a star, not a regular starter, but someone the manager trusts to come off the bench. Your first goal comes in your 30th appearance, a league match against mid-table opposition. The score is 1-1 in the 85th minute. A corner comes in. You're at the back post. The ball falls to you 6 yards out. You strike it first time. Bottom corner. Goal. You run to the corner flag. Your teammates mob you. The home crowd of 15,000 is screaming. This is what you dreamed about as a kid, setting up chairs in the backyard. You're earning decent money now, not superstar wages, but comfortable. Enough to buy a nice apartment, a good car. You're 21 years old, living a life most people dream about. But you want more. You want to be a regular starter. You want to play at the highest level. Level 7, the regular starter. You're 23, your trusts you. You play 35 league matches that season. You score 6 goals. You get 3 assists. You're becoming a complete player. The club finishes 5th in the league, not good enough for Champions League, but enough for Europa League qualification. Bigger clubs start noticing. Your agent gets calls. A top 6 club in the league is interested. They make an offer. Your current club accepts. You're moving to a bigger team with higher expectations and better players. The transfer fee is 8 million euros. You sign a 4-year contract worth 60,000 per week. You've made it to elite level. The step up is significant. Your new teammates are internationals, players who've competed in World Cups and European Championships. The training is faster, more tactical, more demanding. The matches are harder. Every opponent you face is good. There are no easy games. You start 15 matches in your first season, come off the bench in 20 more. You score 4 goals, not spectacular numbers, but respectable. You're learning, adapting. The team finishes 3rd, Champions League football next season. You're going to play in the biggest club competition in the world. Level 8, the international player. You're 25. You've been performing consistently for 2 years. The national team manager has been watching. You get called up to the senior squad for the first time. You don't play in your first camp. You train with the team, you learn the system. You observe how the best players in your country operate. Your 3rd call-up, you make your debut, a friendly match against a regional rival. You come on as a substitute in the 70th minute. You play 20 minutes. Nothing spectacular happens, but you don't make mistakes. You show you belong at this level. Over the next year, you establish yourself as a regular squad member. You make the squad for a major tournament, the European Championship. You're part of a 23-player squad representing your country on the biggest stage. You don't start the first 2 group matches. You come on as a sub in both. The 3rd group match, the manager starts you. Playing in front of 50,000 people, the television audience in the millions. You play 70 minutes before being substituted. You complete 85% of your passes. You create 2 chances. You help the team win 2-0. Your country advances to the knockout stage. You've played meaningful minutes in a major tournament. The dream from childhood is reality. Level 9, the top club star. You're 27. You've been performing at the highest level for several years. One of the absolute elite clubs makes an offer. The clubs that compete for league titles and Champions League trophies every season. The transfer fee is 45 million euros. You sign a 5-year contract worth 200,000 per week. This is the pinnacle. Training with the best players in the world. Playing in front of 80,000 fans every home match. Champions League nights under the lights. Everything you worked for since you were 8 years old has led to this. The pressure is immense. The fans expect trophies. The media scrutinizes everything. One bad game and you're criticized. But the rewards match the pressure. You win the league title in your first season. You score in a Champions League quarterfinal. You represent your country in a World Cup. You're living at the absolute peak of professional football. Level 10, the legend. You play at the top level until you're 33. Then your body starts betraying you. The legs are slower. Recovery takes longer. Younger players are faster, hungrier. You move to a smaller club for your final 2 seasons, playing at a level where your experience matters more than your diminishing physical gifts. You retire at 35. 16 years as a professional. Over 400 matches played, 50 international caps, league titles, cup trophies, a career most players dream about but never achieve. Now you coach youth players at an academy, teaching 8-year-olds the same fundamentals you learned at that age. You watch them practice shooting at goals made of chairs. Some will make it, most won't, but they're all dreaming the same dream you dreamed. And somewhere right now, an 8-year-old is watching a World Cup final. Tomorrow, he'll be in his